Yes guys, welcome back to the channel and a brand new video. It's me, Snides. If you don't recognise my face, then you probably have never seen me before. But this is my XFR Stage 3, the first XFR in the world on air ride that I fully built on my drive right here. Today, we're going to be addressing a little problem that we encountered after fitting the air ride. So today we are going to be changing out the struts and I'm going to show you how easy it is to do on your driveway. Basic tools, not even the correct tools, but let's get into it. Let's go. For all you lot that said, oh, you never use axle stands, well look, I treated myself to some from Halford, so thanks for the support. Get the pun. That was sketchy. Right, let's get round the other side. I'm getting good at this. Now personally, that wheel's already off the ground, so I don't think it needs an axle stand on the other side. What do you lot think? Let me know in the comments. I'll put one in, stop crying. Once I've got these wheels off, I'm going to explain a little bit more about what the problem is. Obviously, being as this was the first one to be done, there's a few teething problems. It went round the Nürburgring in 9.5 minutes in the wet, so it's not a bad thing, but it was just maybe a tiny bit sketchy, and it was in the back of my mind the whole time of every lap, to be fair. But you'll see, I'll sort of explain it once I've got the wheels off and we can get in there with the camera, and you'll be able to then see exactly why it was probably slightly dangerous. Let's go. Tyres are looking good still. Thereabouts. Not free bad at all. Oh yeah, I had to have them rebalanced while I was at the Nürburgring. I just wanted to shout out Crown Performance for sorting that out for me. So, this is the airbag system. Right, the first problem is, let me just see if I can get in here with the camera and show you. Basically, this coil is only in this shock by approximately 20 mil. So, the guys over at Xlo have created some that are 2-inch longer, which should help with lift and should basically provide a little bit more safety for when I'm kicking book out of it. The second problem is we've got a leak. I've just sprayed this up here with washing up liquid and water, and the leak isn't coming from this side, so it's coming from the manifold, which is sick. So I've got to investigate that, but I'll do that after. For now, let's get these shocks changed over and then we'll reset all the ride heights, and it means I probably won't be so low when I'm fully aired out, but it does mean that I won't have to run 130 psi in each bag when I'm at ride height, because that's not good. No good, very bad. Repeat that again for the camera. Come on. What were you saying?
Shit. It's tacky.
Don't look out of place, does it? It's a Range Rover, they're tacky anyway. That's that then. Right. So what we've got to do first is get my plumbing grips in here and just unscrew this. I think I might have a spanner that fits there actually. Bear with. Right, 11mm spanner. Just need to unscrew this. I can't stress this enough, but make sure you let the air out of the bags before you let this open, before you start cranking this off, otherwise you will end up in big trouble. So unscrew that puppy from here. So, is it a fair way? There you go. One lead out. Make sure you strip the PTFE off the threads, because it's going to have new PTFE when it goes back on. So it wants to be nice and clean. Happy days. A little bit of rubbing on that line, must have been rubbing on the inside of here. Then you're going to need the C-spanners just to crank off this bottom ring here. Just give that a little crank that way. That should then be free to spin. And then I've just got to check the heights from there to there, because I'm going to make it about probably, I don't know, 10 mil higher. So I'm going to measure from here, which is the bottom of the top mount plate, to the, I'm not going to measure to there because this has been made 2 inch longer, I think. So I'm going to have to just bring my tape down to somewhere. I'm going to measure central with the bottom of the, with the center of the thread for the main connector, which at the minute is 635 mil. 635. So if I go 650, that'd be sound. Right, I just need to get off these bottom nuts here now, which is just literally like a giant Torx bit or something, but I've got a connector in my little Halfords box. So that's good. Right, let's get that off and then I'll show you how to adjust this. Right, it's not me using mole grips on the end, I promise, because it's a 21. There we go. That's that. Whip that bad boy out. He says, big nut out. Now we just have to spin this bag repeatedly, and then you'll see that this shock is got in very well. Right, that took ages. So this is the original shock, which obviously says front on it. It was with a little bit of, a tiny bit of rubbing on that shock, which is fine. It's only rubbed the paint off slightly. And that is my new shock. The problem was, if you can see in here, I don't know whether you can because the lighting might be a bit cack. Let's try it from there. There's 2 sections of thread, if you would. I was literally down to here, which is an inspection chamber. You can't really see with the light. There's an inspection chamber there. So I was just over 1 inch into my shock with my strut into the tube, if you would. So it was a bit sketchy, but we've got a brand new tube, bigger, so I can set it lower. I say set it lower, set it higher, but it will be safer. We'll get this on and see how we go. It should be an improvement in the way it drives and the way it handles. Not that it handled badly before, it was pretty good to be fair, but let's get this one on and we'll have a look. Right, don't watch this bit because this isn't happening. Oh, you can't do that. Don't use a crowbar. How am I going to do that? Maybe I can just do it by hand. Really? How am I going to do this? I'm tempted to just take out the... I'm trying to do it in the laziest way possible, so literally to do it without taking off the... Because to take out the top mount bolts, I've got to take off... It's not that much work, actually. I think I can do it. I'll find the strength. Only another 2 inch to go. We're doing it. Come on. Yeah. Maybe that will work. Just to get it started. Held it. Right, Gavin. Top mounts came out. Oh yeah. It was too hard. Oh yeah. Obviously with it being longer, considerably longer. Sorry about that, my camera fell off the tripod. So I've got it in position now. I'm just gonna spin this down all the way. You don't need to watch that because you'll get bored. So I can get it back in. And then we can put it all back together. That'll probably be tight enough, won't it? Finger tight, I'll put that all back together. Oh, on that note, if anybody's got or knows whether this takes the same amount of ohms slash volts or whatever it is that resistors take as the Jaguar F-Type, please get in touch, because there's a company called KW, Met Coilovers and that. They make an electronic dampening control cancellation kit for the F-Type, but they don't make one for the XFR. We're so underprivileged. But if it's the same ohms, I should be able to just plug it in and it should work, and therefore I'll get my dynamic drive modes back so I can actually have my responsive gearbox and stiffer steering and all that jazz. But please let me know. Get in touch on Insta or on here in the comments. Thank you. Right, let's get this shock set to the height that I need it to be set at. Right. I think I might be doing this a bit retarded because I wound it all the way in to the top to then undo it by half a turn with the C-spanners to get it to the correct length, which I'm after 655, and I am currently at, well, I can almost guarantee that it's nowhere near that number. So I think what I'm going to do on the other side is set it to 655 and then squash it in, try and compress the bag, and then put it into space so I don't have to piss about doing this, because I'm pretty sure this is a very long-winded way to be doing it. So I'm not going to bore you to death doing this. I'm just going to get it done and then we'll plumb it back in a sec. We're nearly there. This has took about half an hour to turn this, to set it. So on the other side, we're definitely just going to do it the quick way. Every day's a school day. We are officially set. Just going to give this one last crank just to make the thing accessible, which wants to go there. Spin this bad boy down. Monkey, that'll do. Right, so in the new strut, I want 102 mil. Off the bottom of that ring to the top of that ring. So let's get this PTF feed up and stuck in, and we'll be flying. Reverse thread, so it's that way. No, was right the first time. Fuck! No bubbles! That's good. I'm not being fucking stupid here, am I? Fuck. Maybe that's not too bad. 104 millimeters. That's better now. And we've got no leaks, so we're good there. Let's just check here again. No leaks there either. So cool. Let's get this wheel back on. Can't find that bolt, but it makes the car lighter, therefore it's made it faster. Right! One tip I will say is obviously always keep your workplace nice and tidy. You don't have to work in shit as such, which is it's always a good tip, to be fair. Oh dear. Right, let's get these on. Also, can you like, comment and subscribe to the channel, because I'd really like to be able to buy some new wheels, but we still ain't monetized out here, so please, if you like this kind of stuff, give it a little thumbs up and all that jazz. You get me? Starting to wonder if I did the strut up now. Probably. Do them up some nuggers. That'll do. Oh. Right, just undo them two bolts there. That whips off there, gives you access to there. Not going to bore you to death. Sound. What the fuck just fell out of there? Right, there's not tons of voiceover work on this one because I literally spoke rubbish for the whole video. But yeah, we're just unscrewing the last leader line on the last side and removing the PTFE. This is my new shock. I did already show you the other one, but this is what it's like when it comes packaged. And if you bear with me 2 seconds, I'll just pull this bag off. Yay! Oh no! Faux pas out of the way. Luckily I didn't need that bit. So we're just getting that shock in. I have got this playing in like 20 times speed because it would have just been watching the same as the other side. But yeah, we got that back in, screwed that back on. I did a little test on the engine bay just to check that it would hold my weight on the axle stands. Set them to the right height to match the other side. It was a bit of a faff, if I'm honest, but we got there in the end. There's me dog. But yeah, we got it back on the ground, got the wheel back on, and then we was pretty much away. Once we got the leader lines reinstalled with new PTFE, gave the caliper a little wipe over. And yeah, that was it pretty much. We were done. Let me know what you think about how it sits. I'm not 100% happy, but see what you lot think. I think, I don't know, maybe I'll just...
Imagine if you reversed over a screw that you'd left.
Well...
Are you happy with it or not?
No, it needs to be lower.
What does that mean? You need to do that.
It's alright, anyway, at least we're safe now. Give you a little insight into what it's like to live with airlift suspension. Pretty cool as far as thingies go, but obviously not quite as low as it was before, because we were down here, so we're about 20 mil higher, but I suppose it does mean that we're not going to lose paint on the arches. I don't know, we'll see. Who knows what we're going to do. But if you did like this, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in a bit.